Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new to the channel too, want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. Today is another monumental day for us. Today in this video, we're finally dropping off the Rb25 Neo to the machine shop. It's almost been a solid 2 months and parts are finally coming in from back order. We have essentially almost everything we need. As you saw in the last video, I got my wiring harness in, which I'm incredibly stoked about. And just this morning, I got confirmation that my Neo oil pump and head gasket are going to be shipping out here shortly. Again, in this video, we'll be dropping off the Neo to Albert's machine shop up in Phoenix. He's going to do a valve job on the head. Gonna get this thing all nice and cleaned up, acid washed, new valve seals. He's gonna be ordering us new ARP hardware or head studs for the block here. He's going to degrease it, paint it all nice. And he's also going to be doing the timing for me too. I did strip the timing pulleys from my RB20 since they are essentially brand new. I do need to still buy a brand new OEM timing belt, and I was entertaining the idea of getting the HKS adjustable time gear, but then that would delete the VCT, and Albert highly recommended that I keep VCT and that, again, I just keep the 25 Neo simple. And at this point, all I am waiting on currently is my Ross trigger kit, which I have no ETA on, unfortunately. I sent a couple emails out, so hopefully I hear back from them soon. And once we get the motor back, which will be, I would say 2, maybe 2.5 weeks, we can start buttoning it up with the intake manifold, the exhaust manifold, and turbo. Start getting a good mock-up on everything, and we can throw it in the Skyline. Incredibly stoked on that, and once the motor is all dialed in and situated, I can order the remaining fuel parts that I need, and hoses and fittings, and button that up too. But before that, I am getting the Skyline sent off to get the engine bay painted. I don't want to do anything crazy, so I'm thinking just black with a ton of sparkles, just to keep it simple and sort of, you know, my spec. And before we load up the 25 Neo in my truck, the next video will be us doing the pull type back to push type on the 25 big box. I've been spending a good couple of weeks trying to find the specific clip that even Japan didn't have, but luckily a shop in Canada had it. The 25 Neo is strapped down nice and securely. Definitely isn't going anywhere. Now it's time to head to the machine shop. All right, everybody, just made it to the shop. I gotta pee so bad, it's crazy. So let me go ahead and do my thing and then film what needs to be filmed. We are back home, safe and sound. Just want to apologize for the lack of substance on the delivery part of this video. Long story short, Albert and his shop are incredibly busy, but we solidified a new game plan for the 25 Neo, and in a nutshell, we are going to be doing a semi-built 25 Neo now, for not only my benefit, but of course, for the motor's benefit. So, in a nutshell again, my end goal power-wise for the Neo is 450 to 500 horsepower, say 400 to 450 wheel on 19 to 25 pounds of boost. And my stock valve springs and retainers aren't going to handle that. So we're going to be doing some machine work and upgrading the valve springs and retainers to a nice set of Kelfords, which I'm incredibly stoked. He actually has those coming for his personal Rb25. But he said I can have his set if it comes in time. So that is going to push back the build a little bit more, since that part also is on back order, but we're still going to be doing the upgraded valve stem seals, the machine work. We're going to be doing a Nitto head drain on the 25 Neo. With the head off, of course, we're going to resurface the head. We're going to add some oil restrictors to the 25 Neo block, which is going to help us immensely with our oiling situation. And also too, which played a major factor in this rebuild build, is since I'm running the Nitto high flow oil pump, I need to machine on a extended crank collar. Since the crank shafts in the early model RBs are shorter, they have a shorter snout, I need to machine on a larger snout to accommodate the Nitto oil pump. So with that being said, I now need to fully disassemble the block, put the crankshaft on a lathe or a lav or a lathe, and do all that fancy machine work to it. And then he entertained the idea to me if I wanted to essentially add aftermarket pistons, and I told him no, let's just keep the block as stock as possible, but if we need to replace any of the rod bearings or the piston seals or piston rings, we'll go ahead and do so. And then we are going to be upgrading the oil pan to a OEM plus oil pan. Essentially, Boostock has like this baffling system that you cut and weld onto it. It allows you to hold between 7 to 8 liters of oil, and the baffling is much better too. And he's going to be welding some ORB ports on it so I can run my oil head drain to the baffled sump, and then I can just run my turbo drain to my head cleanly without having like a TY fitting. So this is going to push the build back, I don't know, another month or two, but in the long run, it's definitely going to be worth it. Definitely going to be worth it. And we also are still waiting on my Ross trigger kit, which I'm hoping comes in very soon. But all the major components are now shipping out, where I can solidify the timing and essentially have the motor in the Skyline for a dry mock-up so we can finish up our filling system. So a lot is going on. Again, I apologize for the lack of substance in this video, but it's more informational. But on that note, everybody, before I ramble on anymore, just want to say thank you so very much for the continued love and support. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. I'll catch you next video. Take care.